أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومثل الذين ينفقون أموالهم ابتغاء مرضات الله وتثبيتا من أنفسهم كمثل جنة بربوة أصابها وابل فآتت أكلها ضعفين فإن لم يصبها وابل فطل والله بما تعملون بصير. Dear friends, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I recited Surah Al-Baqarah, ayat number 265. In this ayat, Allah tells us about the believers who spend their wealth, their money in order to make Allah happy, and what is the reward of their spending. So Allah tells us in this ayat. So we read this one, and then inshallah we will understand more better. So Allah said, وَمَثَلُ الَّذِينَ, and example of those people, يُنْفِقُونَ, who spend أَمْوَالَهُمْ, their wealth, مُبْتِغَاءَ, in search of mardatillah, the will of Allah. وَمَثَلُ الَّذِينَ يُنْفِقُونَ أَمْوَالَهُمْ مُبْتِغَاءَ مَرْضَاتِ, and the example of those people who spend their wealth in seeking the will of Allah, the happiness of Allah, the pleasure of Allah. وَتَثْبِيتًا مِنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ, and with certainty from their strength of concrete belief. So when they are spending their wealth just for Allah, in search of Allah's will, Allah's happiness, so those people, they are with certainty from their strength of concrete belief, so they are spending with full sincerity from their heart. So this way Allah said, Kamasale jannatin, and the example of those one is the garden. Birabwatin, on a height. Asabaha, fell on it. Wabilun, the heavy rain. Fa'atat ukulaha, and then it gives dayfan, the double yield. فَإِلَّمْ يُصِبْهَا, if does not fall on it, wabilun, heavy rain, fatallun, then drizzling is enough to give better yield. Wallahu, and Allah, bima ta'maluna basir, and Allah is bima ta'maluna basir, and Allah is watching what are you doing. So we understand from here that the people who spend just for Allah in order to find the pleasure of Allah, so those people, they spend with concrete belief and also with sincerity of their heart, and the reward of those one is like a garden. When they spend money, if they're spending more money, it means you can understand like the heavy rain is falling on the garden. And when heavy rain fall on the garden, and after falling heavy rain, the production of the garden, it increased, it becomes double. So Allah is telling us here, the production of that that garden, it becomes double. So yield of that is double. But Allah said, فَإِلَّمْ يُصِبْهَا وَابِلٌ. If there is like no heavy rain, it means if the person is spending not too much but less, so then it is like a drizzling. Fatallun. It is like a drizzling of water, like when water drizzling on someone. So then it is also beneficial because it also pays good health to the plants or the trees in the garden. So this way the garden will have good production also. So Allah said, then is فَإِنْ لَمْ يُصِبْهَا وَابِلٌ فَتَلٌّ. If there is no heavy rain on the garden, then the drizzling is also enough for that one. So Wallahu bima ta'maluna basir, and Allah is watching what we are doing. It means if we are spending money, just Allah knows that one. So whatever we are spending, if we are spending more money, Allah knows that one. If we are spending less money, Allah knows that one also. So also here is the one special word Allah used here, وَتَثْبِيتًا مِّنْ أَنفُسِهِمْ. So it means when the people, they are just to spend money with sincerity of their heart and with concrete belief. So that is the main thing, because this is the fact which denies the pretending or show off. Because when a person is just to spend money with sincerity of heart and with concrete belief in Allah, so in order to find the will of Allah, in order to find the happiness of Allah, so to get that one, so when a person is spending, so there is no chances of pretending, no chances of show off. So actually this is the sincere spending just for Allah. So this will get more reward. This way Allah said the reward for those people who spend like this is reward is a golden and at a higher place and when the heavy rain comes upon it, so it gives double production, it gives double yield. And when there is no heavy rain, if the people, they are spending not too much but less money, then it means there is like drizzling upon it, and this drizzling also gives chances of more production to the garden also. So that also a good thing for the garden. So this way Allah said, whatever you are spending, whatever you are doing, so Allah is keeping eyes upon you also. So Allah is watching you. So this way you are every time under the Allah's eyes. So you are, whatever you are doing, so Allah is watching you every time. So this way Allah said to us when we read Holy Quran that we are just to spend, we are not to keep money, because misery is a curse. It is not a good thing for Allah, because we are not to keep money, we have to spend it also. So this way Allah said you have to spend the money, but spending should not go beyond the limit what Allah said. So if it goes beyond the limit, that is not allowed, so that is haram also. So spending for the needful thing is allowed, so under the limits. Not to, it means some people, they are not to spend, they are just to keep only, they are just keeping and depositing that money also or wealth, that is not allowed. So Allah said you have to spend the money, but your spending must be under the limits what Allah said. So that is the main thing. So we have to be in the boundary of spending which Allah has given us according to the Islamic point of view. The Sharia of Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it gives us full limits of spending. So we have to follow that one. If we are not to follow, then it means if spending more, then Allah said the people who spending more, they are the brother of shaitan. So this way we are not to be brother of shaitan. We are the good Muslim, we are the the best and sincere slaves of Allah. This way we have to follow the limits which Allah said we have to follow. We have to spend under the limits. We are not to keep, we are not to spend a lot, but we are just to spend in the limits that Allah gave us. Then it is good for us because this spending will bring the happiness of Allah, and Allah will be happy, and then it will be good for us because Allah will forgive our sins, and Allah will give us the reward, a lot of reward, the double reward. Like Allah said, the garden, its yield becomes double. So, and even if a person is spending less, so even Allah gives the reward also to that person also. So this way reward is available every time. So this way, but because the Holy Prophet ﷺ said that Allah is not to look at your face, not to look at your body, not to look at your structure of your body, but Allah is just to watch your heart. Allah is to look your heart. So what is in that one, that is the main thing. So because the intention is there, so this way Allah wants to see the sincerity of intention. This way the word used in this ayat, wa tasbitam min anfusihim. So it means the people who are spending with certainty of with the strength of their concrete belief, with a sincere heart, just for Allah. When they spend, so that is the best thing which Allah like it. So when spending is completely just for Allah, and people understand that this money is not from me, but that is for Allah, and I am just to give that one to the person who is needy person, to whom Allah wants that I should deliver. I am delivering Allah's things to that person. So these things which I earned, but I was not earned, because that was blessings of Allah. Allah gave me health, Allah gave me the power, energy. So this way I was able to earn money, and that was also because of blessings of Allah, and that not belongs to me, but that belongs to Allah, because Allah gave me that one, and because of the blessings of Allah it came to me, and that is the things which belong to Allah. So I am just to distribute that one, I am just to deliver that one to the people who are the needy one. So this way that person is to spend that way. So then there is no any chances of show off or pretending. So that person gets the good reward. And when a person is just to give money to the desire or needy people, then automatically, and not to favoring them and not to tease them, just to give them understanding that they are really the people for whom this money is. So this way the person is just to deliver that one to them, just with the love of Allah, and in the mind is that I want to make Allah happy. So that is the main thing, which is intention in the mind. So because they are in search of will of Allah, in search of happiness of Allah, in search of pleasure of Allah. So people who are who are like a believers, they are just to make Allah happy. And when they spend their money, the main intention is to make Allah happy. And whatever they are doing, so Allah said, I am watching what they are doing. So every activity of the people, that is under the scene of Allah. So Allah is just to watch, Allah is just to look whatever people are doing. So Allah knows that one. So this way we got the message in this ayat, that the people who are believers and who are really the pious people, nice people, when they spend money just with the certainty of their strength of their concrete belief, with sincere heart, just in search of Allah's happiness, when they spend their money, then they get the double reward, because it is like their spending is like a garden, and on which when the when the heavy rain comes, then automatically their garden gives the double yield. And if there is less rain upon that, like drizzling upon that one, then also the garden gets also reward of that. So the production of the garden also increase, so the yield becomes more. So that is also blessings of Allah, and as a reward back to them, because they are in search of finding the will of Allah, and Allah is giving them reward back to increase their yield, so that they can get more risk. So this is the special reward of Allah to them also. So this way Allah said, "Oh, I am watching what you are doing." So all the activities of the people is under the control of Allah, and under the scene of Allah, because under the eyes of Allah everything is before Allah. Allah is watching everything. So we request Allah that Allah accept whatever we give just for Allah. We spend in the way of Allah, to make Allah happy, to find or to search Allah's will. So Allah accept all sadaqah and all type of charities what we gave, and all good deeds what we made, and we request Allah to accept all that one, inshallah, and give us best reward in this world and the world hereafter. Ameen.